Yo, we back with another video, man. Y'all tuned into the Big Fun Young's channel. This is gonna be episode like 12, 13. But y'all tuned into another good one, man. We gonna of course dive into these charts and let's see what we're working with today. You feel me? Hey man, the first thing I can say is what the I ain't gonna even finish it. But damn, dude, this shit is crazy. Like, man. Okay, so let's dive in. Let's dive in. You already know if you've been subscribed, if you've been watching my previous videos, you already know how we start off. We're gonna start off here looking at the low here in November of 2022. If we take it all the way to the top, we've reached a high of 375%, which is massively bullish. If you enter it in the low around November 2022, you'll be up a pretty good percentage right now, especially if you added what 5, 10, 15x leverage. You would have multiplied your money by a good amount, right? So I say this and I start the channel off like that every time just to show you the power of crypto. And it's been over 644 days, roughly 2 years, 2 years and some change, um, or close to 2 years basically. We haven't reached 2 years completely, but you get what I'm saying. This thing has been an uptrend, and even if you cut it in half, it'll be damn near 200%, like 180% increase in your money per year, and that is probably one of the largest returns that you'll get from any asset, right? If you think about the S&P 500 on average, if you look it up, it'll say 8%, and that's people that's dealing with stocks. But crypto, on the other hand, is very volatile. Once it's shooting up, it's shooting up. Once it's going down though. So you just gotta have pretty tough skin. You have to understand yourself, understand if you're greedy, understand if you have FOMO, have fear of missing out. It's just it crypto and trading in and of itself is gonna tell you a lot about yourself. And it's gonna put you down a path where you're looking for growth and looking to find your greatest self. But that's gonna be a whole nother conversation. We get a little off topic. All right, bet. Excuse me. All right, we back. So basically, Bitcoin has been up 380% since the low down here in November of 2022. Out of the last 2 weeks, though, we have been looking at a constant downtrend. If we put our marker right here, we've been looking at a total of damn near 30%, which is going to be $20,000, right? So up here, we were looking at damn near 70K. We're back down to 50K essentially, and that is good as far as a correction. It looks like we have basically eliminated or swept below our support here at 60K. And once we got down past 60K, it was kind of just like, you know, even if you scroll down to the daily, and if I put the market that I had here, which looks like 60K, we can just see like the downwards action that we're getting, right? Once we're above here, it looks pretty good, but we dipped below here. This counted as a deviation because we got back and we were able to hold. But once we got back here again, we weren't able to hold. So this basically shows me, all right, cool. We're looking at some downwards action. We're looking at some downward action, at least in the short to medium time frame. Um, yeah. So this is basically saying, all right, guys, y'all thought crypto was going to continue going up. In fact, we're going down, at least for now, right? It looks like we touched our low, our previous low here at 54K, and we broke below that. We broke pretty, what's this, 54K? We broke essentially another $5,000 to $6,000, $7,000 from the low that we set right here. If it's 55K, if we want to even do it here, it's still damn near the same. But now what I really want to do is, okay, we're out of our trading range, point blank period. We've broken out of it. So that means now it's time to reset, time to locate our support and resistance levels outside of the range, right? And this is essential because we want to figure out, all right, where is price going, right? Price has been trading in this range for a good little minute here. If we did it from where it broke below, it's been 156, 157 days of just price action damn near supporting the 60K level. Sometimes it went below, sometimes it created a deviation below, but 9 times out of 10, it was in this range for a good 160 days. But now that we're below this range, and unless Bitcoin decides to miraculously find its way from here, come back here and break above, and hopefully like retest this level, it's a big ask right now in the market. So that leads us to think, all right, we might be continuing towards the downside. And I'm going to just mark off some of the key levels that I see, which is the top here at around 52K. As you can see, is support areas right here. If I were to continue down, I can see this area at 48K. Even down here lower, I think I like this at 47. I really like 47. Boom, that can be a nice support for us. And quite possibly, we might be able to throw one, it looks like right here at the bottom, which lines up pretty nicely, right? So these are the couple levels that I'm looking at. And it looks as though Bitcoin dropped all the way down to this level right here. So is it a key level really? I really don't even see this as a key level. But as you can see, it was a huge bounce. That is something. Okay, so let me tell you what I'm thinking, right? Or how to read the charts. This is telling me, all right, bam, we've seen bearish action as soon as we broke the 60K level, right? We plummeted how much just from this level alone? 18%, $11,000, right? From 60K all the way down to 49K within the last 2 days. But we have an hour left to go, right? And this is a massive wick. This is a massive wick. This is a lot of buying in this area, right? So this is it's a lot of buying in this area. If we go from where price touched last to where it's at now, it rose 11%, which is going to be $5,000. But this wick right here is wow. Okay, we came all the way down here. We touched this level, but there's a lot of people buying Bitcoin and that believe price is going to go higher, indicating this right here, right? This essentially is saying, okay, we believe that Bitcoin is too low. Let's continue to buy to see let's see if we can buy here to see with the hopes of making a profit. Sorry, I don't know why it's taking so long to say that. Of course, that's why they bought here. They thought Bitcoin was at a bargain price. They bought it. They said, okay, cool. We're gonna ride this up because we think we can reach maybe a take profit of 60K, maybe get above 63K, maybe get above 70K, and maybe above 72K. So that's just kind of the thought process here at these entry levels. Now, will I think that those levels I just mentioned will come to fruition? I'm not sure. Why? Because we held this range for such a long time, and I personally had intentions that this range will hold and continue to break above the 72K area. So that's A. B, the traditional finance has been correcting, and it's been correcting pretty steeply. C, we have The fear and greed index. The fear and greed index today was at 26, basically meaning that the sentiment of price is very fearful. People are scared. That's why they were taking their money out of the market. It'll be interesting to see where price is at today due to the large sell-off, but we did have some buying here, so that means we might be still in that 20-ish, 30-ish range. Yeah, that's kind of what I've been seeing. That's why I don't think it'll hold, because of those three reasons. We failed the 60K area, which was major support. Fear and greed index is at a low, which could be used as a bullish indicator, but right now I'm using it as a bearish one. And traditional finance. So those are the three things right now that I'm seeing. So right now I just marked off these levels. Now in the meantime though, I just want to see where price is kind of like gravitating to. You know, are we going to just move sideways? Are we going to continue this downward action? This right now is still telling me like there's major support in this area, right? That's essentially what this is telling me. And even if I really wanted to make it like super broad, like a super huge range, this is telling me right now that, okay, this area right here is support for the next from 47 to 54K. That is all support, right? At least for the short term. So anywhere in this area essentially is support. If you wanted to get more specific, these are the lines that I've drawn out: the 52K, the 50K, and the 47K, right? This area called the 60K, if we were able to just draw a box of, you know, solid support, this is telling me right now that, okay, cool, this is now new resistance. So because we are bouncing off this area right here, I would expect price to come up here and maybe touch the 60K area. Some people may enter shorts here, believing that price will eventually continue to slide down. Some people would enter longs if they see price breaking out and then they get a retest here in this area and it will continue up. So right now it's just really a waiting game. Man, that's just where we're at in crypto right now. You know, that's just what I'm seeing. I'm loving this opportunity because that means we get better entries, we get lower entries. And when you get lower entries, that just magnifies the amount that you're able to make in crypto. You know? Goddamn, that shit is what? Whew. If we scroll over and we look at the S&P 500, you can see that we closed bullish with a green candle, but what is striking to me is just the gaps. Like if we take where we, at least even where we close, I'm gonna do where we close. If you do where we close all the way to where we close today, that's a total, excuse me, of 6.7%, damn near 5% drop on the S&P 500. If we do a total, from top to bottom, it will be a 8% drop. And within the last 3 days of open market for the S&P, and you know that's pretty significant. And it even looks like we tested the range that I had right here. If we scroll over to the 4 hour, exactly. So this 4 hour, it looks like there's 2 4 hours in a day for the S&P. This first one, okay, boom. It opened here. It touched this area. It looks like it retested here and it's rejecting this area. Or at least that's where I can go off this little bit of information, right? It's testing to see, okay, is this really a resistance zone? If it is, we will continue towards the downside. If it's not, we would continue here up, retest here for support, and then continue up. So it's basically, like I mentioned previously, a waiting game. If we look at the NAS 100, if we look at the daily, bearish, guys. That is just bearish action. We broke past our support level here around 18,000. We are currently, or we did test the 17.2K area today, but eventually got a nice rise up. It looks like price was too low for buyers, and they essentially bought it up. If we scroll over to the Dixie, let's see how that's performing. And surprisingly, the Dixie is dropping. And I know y'all see my previous videos where I said, okay, if the Dixie is dropping 9 times out of 10, Bitcoin and other assets will rise. And this is one of the few instances where, okay, the Dixie is dropping and Bitcoin is dropping. The Dixie is dropping and S&P is dropping, meaning that both assets are weak, meaning the dollar strength is low, or is getting lower, and Bitcoin or traditional finance is getting lower. And that's not really a great sign. That's just both assets are weak. Simple as that. Simple as put, right? If we scroll over to Ethereum, these are the ranges that I had. We have officially broke out of the range. See how I had everything right here. This was the mid range right here. We tested this area, could not hold, as you can see right here. After we noticed we could not hold, we created 1, 2 daily closes, and then we retested this area, and then it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of deep pause, of serious downwards action. If we can even just measure this move from, let's look at the top. That's been a 38% drop. Man, Jesus Christ, that's a 38% drop. Hopefully nobody bought up here, because that would kind of hurt. Your stop loss should have been hit by now. Yeah, that's just a tough thing to endure. Oh damn, mouse died. That's just awesome. And where? Oh, you hooked up. Well, gotta go now. See y'all later.